You ready, Shannon?
Yes.
Good. Good morning. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Wabash County Board of Commissioners for October 20th. Excuse me, I'm a little behind. October 20th. First item on the agenda is review the minutes from October 6th. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from October sixth.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Under new business, we have second reading for ordinance number 2025-85 13. An ordinance establishing the Wabash County JCAP donation fund.
This is the fund for donations to be accepted to be able to pay for things with the JCAP fund. Just for that purpose.
Questions?
I make a motion to accept ordinance number 2025-85 15.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Next, we have a second reading on ordinance number 2025-85 14. An ordinance establishing the Wabash County Sheriff's Department Reserve Deputy Donation Fund.
During the audit, we found that the reserve deputies funds were, donation funds were kept outside of the books. And this is to put it on the treasurer and auditor books to do the same thing we've always done with the money, but per state board of accounts, it has to be on our book.
Questions? Questions from the public? Is there a motion to,
I'll make that motion.
Second.
been moved and seconded? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Next, we have ordinance. Ordinance number 2025-85 15. This is an ordinance designating authority to sign community crossings matching grant agreements.
This is to give signatory authorization to Ryan to sign for our grant agreements for community crossings.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 2025-85 15.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. Any further questions? If not, proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
Make a motion to suspend the second reading on that ordinance as well.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Now we need a motion to
To have the second reading.
second reading.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Do we adopt ordinance 2025-85 15? Questions? If not, proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Now we have ordinance number 2025-85-19. This is an ordinance governing installation of structures across a county highway. This came back up, some of you that have been faithful followers, remember out south of town, we had manure hose that was just across the road. Now they've made an apparatus that it's an upside down U, goes up, across and down. There was some concern on whether if like a combine came down that road or big tractor. So this is allowing Brian to process that and issue a permit for those things, and he's got some
Sure.
things in that ordinance.
You want me to address that?
Yeah, why don't you, since this is new?
It requires each one to submit a permit. No charge, but it does require that they put reflective tape on it. Also requires that they put the height. And it also requires that they put signs at the crossroads identifying what's ahead. So that larger vehicles don't try to go down the road and then find that they're at an impasse.
Questions?
Brian,
What's the height? Is there a height limit?
I'm thinking 14 feet. But I'd have to look.
Might be important.
It is.
I believe the people that were speaking about it over the week said that they could not get their combines or a large tractor under it. A semi will fit under it. But the other two structures or the other two pieces of equipment would not.
And those are going to be out for a limited or a small period too. They're not out all year, so they're just out during harvest time, so.
The biggest issue we're having is right of way. It's because they sit so close to the right of way, it creates almost an impasse if two people meet at the same time in that area, especially if they have large equipment. So that's our concern.
And we may have to modify from time to time these things.
I've been working with Mark trying to get the language correct that helps us be able to adapt to their needs, and I think we have something that'll work, especially if they post the signs correctly. It'll help us with livelihood.
Other questions? Not, I entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Then moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance number 2025-19. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. And we need to suspend it.
Yeah, motion to suspend the second reading for ordinance 2025-85-19.
I'll second that.
Then moved and seconded. All those in favor of suspending the rules, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Now we need a motion for,
Make a motion for second reading for 2025-85-19.
I'll second that.
been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Next, we have a nonprofit appropriation agreement with the Monroe Canal Foundation.
This is the regular non-for-profit agreement that you have. You have a budget up to 20,000 in which you can award at this time. We just need to write in the amount.
Okay.
This is from last year.
Yes,
This is your 25 budget.
yeah, this is for 2025's budget.
Make a motion to agree to the agreement with the Wood Grove Canal Foundation.
Name
I'll
of
second.
Need to
Oh,
specify
an amount.
dollar.
Oh, the 20,000.
Yeah,
I'll second that.
been moved and seconded that we approve nonprofit appropriation agreement with the Road Canal Foundation. Questions? Mr. Turflinger?
Dave Turfner, County Council. This was part of the Stellar Grant. And they cut 100,000 out. And reviewing some of the documents, there's only one contractor, and he's got $80,000 in there. Is the commissioners aware whether a demographic survey was done to see if this is even a viable project? As part of the Stellar Grant? Or is any of the documentation?
I thought this was just for what was budgeted for 2025,
Yeah.
which was 25,000. They've received 5 and this,
Right, as you guys cut it to 5, and then the council used your example for 26 and gave them 5,000. For their board to use for whatever, but for this being a grocery store, being partially funded by tax dollars. That needs, the last time I checked, they didn't even have anybody willing to run it, and if there hasn't been a demographic study done by Purdue or somebody or a private company to find out if it's even a viable project.
I would
And I'd
say,
even like to make commissioners aware that in the scope of work that was presented for one contractor. Says before final plumbing is hooked up, they're gonna run a camera down the sewer to the street. Why wouldn't you do that first? I mean, there's just a whole lot of unknowns here. What I would really like you to see to do is cut it back. They've already received the 5,000, adjust your motion, leave them at the 5,000. They got 5,000 for 2026. Maybe they can get their ducks in a row here and find out if they got somebody with a private entity willing to run it. And we can find out exactly what's gonna happen if they don't find somebody and they've spent all this money fixing this building.
I would say that it probably has had a lot of this, the legwork you're talking about. It was in the Stellar Grant and got cut. They did a lot of this work already. It just got cut.
Again,
But they can, they'll answer your question for you, I think, in the back, but
okay, somebody
We
here,
have more than one quote, so we only submitted one quote, the other one was significantly higher than that.
was the
We
demographic,
also have 2 people interested in doing the grocery store.
okay, was the demographic study done?
I don't think officially a demographic study was done.
I'm not, I mean, I know that the Stellar Committee for the county was working on it, but even if, our full intent is for a grocery store, even if it isn't a grocery store, renovating a building that will bring it back to economic development for the area, whatever becomes of the building.
So who owns the building right now?
The Lake River Canal Foundation.
Okay, so what happens when you get somebody to sign on the dotted line? Are you selling the building, are you leasing the building?
Releasing
Okay, and what's gonna happen to those funds?
we go back to generate more revenue producing funds for the county.
So that would be just like us giving you money and you stick it in the bank and then you're collecting interest on taxpayer money.
We have another project already for that money.
Okay, I think you really just need to cut it to 5,000 until. Somebody does sign on the dotted line and we see that this project is gonna happen, because there's a whole lot of. Ifs out there, and when the 2025 budget was passed. Nobody knew Senate Bill 1 was coming. We got all these people out here in the county that at the end of the month are taking their medicine every other day. So they can afford to buy groceries. And I get it, I get it, I wouldn't say Latrobe is a food desert,
It's a big desert.
Well, 18, 20 minutes down the road, they can be to the big box store.
It is
But at the end of the day, until I would like to see. This cut back to the original 5,000 that you guys cut, it was approved at 25 and then you guys cut it to 5. I'd like to see you stick to that until more details are signed on the dotted line so that we know exactly what we're donating money to,
my thoughts on it, this was for the year 2025,
right?
was approved, that amount, 25,000 was approved in the budget, went to the state, stamped, come back here. So,
And then you guys cut it to 5,000.
Because they thought we got the Stellar grant.
Again, the federal government's cutting stuff, the state's cutting stuff, I mean, yes, it's embarrassing, I get it,
Well, we're cutting, the federal state's cutting it, but we don't have to cut it to the county,
true.
so.
But we also have to balance the budget after Senate Bill 1 too. And, you know, how are we gonna put this can, put the lid back on this can? You know, you guys made a cut and
if
now,
you take a look at 26's budget, that's,
It is,
reflects that.
yeah,
We're talking about 25.
Yeah.
I
They were told that they would receive that amount, so that they've made plans for that money, and I think we need to stick with what was approved for 25.
Can we put a stipulation that they use part of the money to get a demographic survey done? Can we add that to the? You know, I mean, I just hate to see us give money to, I don't have a problem giving the foundation money, they have a board. You know, just like the 5,000 they'll give them for 26, they may need to do maintenance on their trail, you know, but I don't feel like there's enough details presented in what I received.
what would you think the demographic study would promote? They would say that they don't have a grocery store, they don't have a means to find things where,
Well,
To me, it's a waste of
what
money.
it's gonna do, what it's gonna tell you is they'll do a certain, I did a little research on this, what those things do is. Is 25% of the community willing to pay $5 a gallon for milk? Are we putting tax money in to compete against the other little, I don't know what to call it. Village store that's in with the gas station, you know, at the end of the day, the demographics study's gonna tell you. They'll survey the community as part of it, they'll survey the traffic, they'll survey, is the building, you know, gonna have enough, storage space to be a viable business? You know, and the other part of this is, I get the problem, but what are we saying to the guy, one of the guys that they approached to run this grocery store? Who went out, did a demographic survey, bought the land, financed it, put up his own building. And did it all with no help. What are we saying to him? So like I said, all I'm asking you to do is if you're gonna give them more than the 5,000, put a stipulation in the demographic survey be done, so that we know. For 26 and 27, whether this is a viable project or it isn't, because right now it doesn't look viable to me. I
so
feel
if it came back as a positive demographic study, would you, as a council, give them more money?
I can't speak for the whole council, I can tell you what I can do, what I would vote for.
Yeah, just curious, cause
Yeah, I
already
mean, I don't pretend to speak for the whole council, and I'm not here representing the council right now. I'm a councilman that's expressing my opinion, and I don't see enough details with Senate Bill 1, because we're the ones charged with balancing this budget, and when 25 budget was made, you know, we didn't know about Senate Bill 1, we didn't know what was gonna happen with the Stellar grant. I mean, this is the hand that we're dealt. And like I said, if you wanna give them some more money, that's fine, I'm just asking that you modify this agreement. And make sure a demographic study is done, let's make sure this is a viable project before we put any more taxpayer money in it. Thank you.
Do we know how much a demographic study costs?
You being a nonprofit, and my guess is somebody like Purdue or Ball State would probably give you a pretty good deal because of the students that are in the business programs, but
So we could spend all of this money getting a demographic study done,
I don't
right
think
in the
that's
same
expensive.
place.
yeah, I don't think it'd be that expensive,
You don't think, but you don't know.
no, but there again. You're in here asking for taxpayer money for what should be a private entity. You know, I mean, you and I, would you?
Do you recall
If you
having
and I were doing that,
required demographic study for any of the others? I'm not
No,
aware.
They were approved for the Stellar grant, so I assume they did everything that was required to get it. I don't know, but we've never, that I know of, required. This is our standard non-for-profit agreement that, for everybody. So Mark would have to look at it to change it.
My suggestion is to stay with the 25, 425, and if there needs to be adjustments made,
Yeah,
do that for 26's
agreed.
request.
I do have one question for you, Beth. I didn't see you sitting back there before. I think he was hidden behind Tyler, but maybe he was like one way or the other. The last time you were here, you did mention something about it being a co-op, and there's lots of different uses the way they use a co-op. Some is you buy into it and you get so much every month. Some are you buy into them and that's the only way you get to shop in them. Can you explain what you're planning on doing as a co-op?
Public, it would just be if you bought into it, you would get additional benefits. If you bought a membership, or if you donated as a shareholder, you would get additional benefits, but it would be open to the public. And I know a study was done at some point, and we are classified as food desert.
I would say with the Stellar Grant, just guessing how many hoops you have to jump through for those. That it was done, some kind of survey was done there, just guessing.
Not to put you on the spot, Tennille, were you part of that Stellar grant?
As part of the process, yes.
You know if the demographic survey was done?
You're talking about a retail leakage report? Like,
Demographic study, they were, what I was reading yesterday, they survey the community, they look at the traffic patterns, they look at the foot traffic, all that. I mean, Purdue, Notre Dame, Ball State, they all do it, they're private companies that do all.
yeah, I'm not aware of one that was done for the Stellar application.
If you,
Was it done for any projects?
No,
Rose
no,
Prairie
that's
Salad?
not a common. We have some of the communities will purchase leakage reports, which is the same thing, when it's coming to business. What businesses are not there that people are driving for, but there's not any for the town of Road, do I know?
Instead of saying my motion to set the for 20,000.
Second.
I'll second it as it was 2024's into 2025's.
Got a motion and a second. Any other further questions or discussion? If not, proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Next, we have wheel renovation. We have contract.
So this is for the health department down at the old well. Yes, that time. I'm still missing, Marcy, I'm still missing the quote, one quote. It is, you brought me the same one. I thought you were missing them now. Sorry, I'm missing, this one has the 71 and the 54. And this one has all three, so I'm missing the 213. Yeah, so we'll start with,
Contractor.
yep, the contractor. Right there, do you want to read that? Sure.
We got two quotes for the old jail for the construction. It was D&E and Bailey Construction. After we add everything up, D&E came in at 268,000 and Bailey's came in at 274,000. So we were going with the lowest bid, and he can also start next week compared to Ben starting after the first year. Something like that. We had some backups. He had some work come up, and so that's where we stand on the contractor.
And then we have Intersect that's going to do the new data drops. Believe Greg's pulled all the wiring and, they're going to, redo all that as the construction's being done. And that bid is not to exceed 9281. And they are the only ones have that. Thank you. Good job.
So I guess do we need to make motions for these,
Do we need to do them individually?
or just make a motion? all
I think you
together?
can do them all at once.
All at once?
I think we-
Do them all.
It's a project, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a quick minute to add this one together.
This has been a long process. I'm glad to see it.
Back on track, yeah.
We were also told that it should be about 60 working days.
Sometime in January, that's first.
So we're
year.
hoping sometime shortly after the first of the year that this project is done. Which will be nice because it will take some of the parking away from the,
Courthouse up here.
courthouse up here. It'll also give some nice handicap parking down there, hopefully be easier to find. In the future for people, we're constantly, it seems like, sending people two different directions. All right, and the, so then we have, two bidders for, the electrical, plumbing, and the heating, the HVAC system. And that was with Jones Contracting and Quality Electric. And, Jones came in at 152,840 and 53 cents. And Quality Electric is at 165,930 56. So we're awarding that to the lowest bidder being Jones at 152,840 53. I think that's all of them.
Make a motion to accept the lowest bids on these for the health department.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. Questions or discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Next, we have Beverly Ferry.
Thank you. I have the third quarter agenda, not agenda, excuse me, 5311 invoice and documentation. But first, I want to tell you that we have three drivers who've been designated as master drivers through the state. Ralph Jeffries, Jeff Ravenscroft, and Don Novak, and it's based on the amount of training. And we hope another year to be able to bump them up to even to elite. But those are our three, the drivers who've been through the changes that we've had and the dips, and we're very fortunate to have them to be as dedicated as they are. And then back to the master, not my master driver, but the third quarter 5311 is the invoice is for $58,917. Do you have any questions?
Questions?
I do not. Make a motion to accept the 2025 third quarter for Beverly.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
And I can meet Friday this week if you want.
Morning, Friday morning?
Friday, mid-morning.
Cool.
I get back in for a flight Thursday night, midnight, so.
And I'm flying out, leaving for a flight for,
Yeah,
yeah, so
time, you tell me.
can we do 10 o'clock?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Want to meet, where we normally meet? See you soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. And the good news is we've hired three new drivers that we're very pleased with. So we've doubled the number of drivers. I would say though, next year we probably need to bring in another three. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next, we have department reports, county highway.
I just got a couple things, invitation for bids. I need those signed for December 1st, so. Shelley was working on those, just for our annual bids to get those out. I need an approval on a road closure. 800 north. Between 100 and 200, working with the drainage board, they're working with, an issue there with relocating a ditch. We need about 10 days there. So I have their application for a closure. I've signed it, and I'll be working with them on it, but I do need your signature on, sorry. The only other thing I have is I've been in contact with NDOT. Obviously, we're all very aware of the state project, North Manchester. With them working on Bridge 114 and us now having a contract on Bridge 652, it creates some discussion for us on the covered bridge. You're not asking for my recommendation, but I'd like to offer it. With 114 and the state working there and us at 652 and that bridge being basically out of service, I don't feel like the covered bridge can handle the additional traffic. Obviously, my budget's pretty limited on repair and maintenance. I'm concerned that if we don't address it early, I spoke to NDOT, we've had several meetings about it and discussed it. I told them I would present it to you for a recommendation as well. So, my recommendation is we look at closing it, notifying schools accordingly, and make them aware of some traffic logistical issues with those two bridges being basically under construction at the same time.
I agree with that.
So do I.
I know that there was multiple cars going across it at the same time, which was increasing the burden on that, and the weight on it.
Yeah.
It's just,
Will that still be left, go first for, 1275 east to 50 south? Will that still be open to foot traffic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it should be, just, I'm concerned about the car traffic on it as well.
Yeah.
The boards are coming up. We've had issues in the past with it. I don't want to see somebody get hurt
Some other stuff is.
for sure.
Yeah, I would rather be proactive than reactionary. And to me, if we close it, then we can close it accordingly, corresponding with all the, school traffic and those things. I think it would be better for us to move ahead earlier than later. 114, they're already, they're in process now. Bridge 652, we're probably 30 days away from them starting on that project, so. I'm open to recommendation on that.
Mr. Turflinger,
Just a FYI, the last time they had to close it, because of the elementary school, cars were actually parked in line to pick up kids, and it wasn't like they were crossing the bridge 3 at a time, they were actually parked on it as the traffic line was moving. Ryan, do we have any of those, cement dividers sitting around?
The barricades.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be my recommendation is we put the barricades up and properly mark it and do the signage. I just need a little bit of lead time to get that done.
And the reason I asked that question is we put up, temporary barricades the last time, and a local resident didn't feel like the bridge needed to be closed, so just moved them. So then the county highway ended up having to take dump trucks up there parked across the road, which
Yeah. Let's get them off your block.
subjects them to,
Pretty good.
possible vandalism. So just a FYI for the commissioner,
Have you
backing up what Ryan's asking for.
Have you talked to Mr. Penrod as well about this? Yeah. I just want to make him aware too, that if we do this.
We were all in the same pre-con meeting, and after that meeting, that was our discussion is what our position was with the covered bridge, because we all realized
Okay.
it can't happen.
Yeah.
No.
Perfect.
Other questions or comments?
I'll take a firm date when we need to get that closed by and we'll start working on that. For sure.
Probably need a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to close the covered bridge while we do this.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
Thank you.
Thank you. County Sheriff,
Well, we have nothing to report this time unless you have any questions about us.
question for Ryan. Tyler, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
They're interchangeable. Okay, thank you, Tyler. County Attorney. Not here today. County Coordinator and HR Director.
I received a quote from Atlas Building Services to repair the stone core bell that's on the east side of the courthouse. If you know, that's been blocked off for the amount of $4,473. Shelley has found funding on that. I'd like to get that repaired as soon as possible so that we can get that east side opened up again.
Make a motion to accept the bid for a quote from Atlas.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
Also received a proposal from Cottage Watchman, also received another one from Specialty. I didn't write that down, Specialty Entrance Technologies. And requested another quote, which I did not receive. To replace the camera system in the judicial building. That would also tie the camera system in this building over there so that security has access to both of them. For the amount of $5,684, and Shelley again has found funding for this.
Sure.
I'll make a motion to accept that quote as well for the judicial system.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions? If not, proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
I sound like a broken record on this one, but Jones Contracting, I received a quote from them, the HVAC system in the health department, it's the one that's in their storage room, has quit working. And that is for the amount of $7,967.66. Again, Shelley has found funding for that.
And we need to probably get on that one pretty quick. Is Jones able to get on that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
make a motion to accept the quote for the HVAC from Jones.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. Questions or discussion? We're surely running about out of
Oh,
HVACs.
I
No,
think we would.
we have 68 of them, guys.
have we started a list of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then we put in funding in for 2026 to replace some of those, but that got cut, I believe. So,
You gotta
We
place
got
it now,
that
you gotta
back.
place it now, so.
We have some,
and are we,
We got a motion in a second.
Okay.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
and the last thing I have is, which just needs a signature for, someone to rent 808 on December 21st for a birthday party. That's all I have.
Hey,
Thanks,
I
Marcia.
have a question for you. Do we have a way to track a spreadsheet, a computer system? To track like all these HVAC units, all these furnaces, so that we can look at which one's causing us problems with repairs, so that we can put them in a chronological order to replace the troublemakers first?
We have, but I can do it.
Them folks.
that'd be a good idea.
I feel like isn't that what you just, and that.
I think part of it's all of them were kind of replaced at the same time, so they're all starting to fail at the same time. Unfortunately,
How many have we done this year alone?
a lot.
A lot.
Seven? I think seven. The top, that's off the top of my head, but I would have to.
Maybe 12.
You think it's 12?
You had like 6 at the other building and
I said, how much was it the old
5 in
jail?
here, 2 over there.
Well, I wasn't counting the jail.
Oh, that's not good.
They're
Right.
included in the 68 though, right?
No,
Oh,
the 68 is between that building and this building.
okay.
Even, all right, here, yeah.
And next we
Thank
have,
you.
county auditor.
Have your accounts payable claims and allowances for docket ending 10/13 and 10/20 for your review and approval.
Make a motion to accept the claims and allowances documenting 10/13 and 10/20.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded that we approve paying accounts payable and allowances, docket ending 10/13 and 10/20. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
Add the payroll claims allowances, including the withholdings for the pay period ending October 11th, 2025 for your review and approval.
Make a motion to accept payroll claims, allowances and withholdings for pay period ending 10/11.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded that we approve payroll claims and allowances, including withholding for pay period ending 10/11. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. Next, we have fines and forfeitures.
Semi-annually, we're required to send all fines and forfeitures collected by the clerk to the state of Indiana, so we're gonna send $5,672.44.
Do we need to make a motion on that? I make a motion, we pay the fines and forfeitures to the state for $5,672.44.
Second that.
Been moved and seconded. We pay the fines and forfeitures in the amount of $5,672.44. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
And I also have carpet replacement quotes for the assessor's office due to age, wear, and for my office to do, I don't have carpet. For your review and approval.
Are you going to get rid of those cabinets then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, the maintenance personnel said they would take them out while I'm gone this week on the auditor conference.
Nice.
We have one quote at $1,649.76.
That's for my.
That's for the auditor's office. The assessor's office, $5,824.94. I entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept the quote for the carpet.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. That we approve the quotes for the assessors and auditors office. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed. And that's just one signature. We have no old business. Are there any ADA or Title VI concerns that need to be addressed this morning? Let the record reflect that there were none. We have a review item up here from the IDM. And then some changes it's making to the landfill. Those will be up here if anybody wishes to look at them. Posted on the county website and in the auditor's office. Now we're ready for the bid opening. We need a motion to close the bids.
Make a motion to close the bids.
Second.
Then moved and seconded that we close the bids. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
This is for the cyclical need assessment program.
That's what I think. Oh, Dave's got a question.
Forgive my ignorance on this topic, but what is this?
The-
The cyclical reassessment proposals.
Shelley, do you wanna?
Lacey's here.
Okay, so we contract out for the cyclical reassessment. It's a 4-year cycle where everything in the county gets reassessed. Right now, we work with Accurate Assessments. That cycle is ending for the 26 pay 27. That's the last year of the contract. So we're opening up for another this year. We have 4.
So this is Bill, the guy that comes around.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
This first one's from Accurate Assessments, for Fort Wayne. Looks like per year, it's $148,900. For a total of $595,600. For Accurate Assessments. So, it's in here too.
It's a lot of information. Each one might do something different. So I do ask you to take them all under advisement and have the copy.
There's no precedent.
No, but it gives you the right. These are copies.
I say, I would like to have a copy of each one.
There's copies.
Okay.
On this first one, there's copies.
Well, I did ask for all of them to do a copy. so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody didn't want this one to get over.
They like to see them.
Feels wrong, like a knife, John.
I was afraid to bring a big knife in, like my security.
These are the copies. Additional. I wasn't asking. They should really want that graduate social base, all this higher than. I'm saying, say yes, you can say, she sure can. If they have this is Vision Government Solutions. Says the fee for county shop bill is $513,000.
13.
Doesn't break down year by year. The Nexus Group is for 500,000 or 125,000 annually.
Another question. Do we have to pay them the 500,000 all in 1 year, or we pay it per year?
Well, they put per year, so I'm guessing per year,
Okay, thank you.
but that Vision didn't have per year. So we'll break it down whatever it is by board, but.
This was from Tyler, but not this time.
Yeah. Once I find you.
Where that Tyler?
Thank you.
Here it is.
Yeah, I got it. So Tyler. Well, Tyler Technologies. Quotes $577,000, $577,620. And those are the four that we have. So,
I would entertain a motion to take them under advisement.
so moved.
I'll second that.
Then moved and seconded, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same, motion passed.
Who do we use now?
Accurate assessments.
Yeah. Yeah,
When you take it under advisement, will it come up at the next meeting? Or 2 meetings from now, what is it?
do the next one, as long as Mark can review it. I said,
Should be
should
the
be the
next-
next one, as long as Mark and Sheriff's Office can review it.
Thank you.
If they don't review, get it reviewed, then be the meeting following, but
I would think by the third.
I would think by the third, we could get through it, couldn't we? She's still good. I like it.
On the bid opening for the Wabash County Highway snowplow driver services. We didn't receive any quotes, so
I don't know if we will receive any quotes, and I don't know if we'll advertise for it yet,
we'll get together and
figure that out.
figure that out.
I think it'll be a lot of busy season for the people already plowing snow, so I don't know who would agree to it.
Is there any other business? Yes, Keith.
I got you.
Did I skip over you?
No, I wasn't on there.
Okay.
It would be once again time to renew the burn ban. I told the chiefs, they didn't feel that it was necessary to continue it. We can just let that expire.
As long as, and you know, we're now deep into the fall season. So. Majority of the crops are in. Second thing is. At this month's local emergency planning committee, we reviewed the plan for the county for 25-26. The LEPC board approved it, so I just come to you guys to promulgate it for 25-26. All it was updating of contact information and any changes. It wasn't. Anything major. You're all willing to, if you get bored,
Keith, I got enough for you.
you can have some more to add to the staff, but yeah, so I just need your vote and signatures if you to promulgate the plan.
Entertain the motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
That's all. Thank you.
Any other business that needs to come before the commissioner? If not, I would entertain the motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. We are officially adjourned. Thank you for your.